Paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper. Paper, making moves as I cruise, going get this paper. Italian shoes, stylish jewels, screaming, fuck you haters. Paper, gotta get the paper every day. I'm on a mission going at the paper. Paper, making moves as I cruise, going get this paper. Italian shoes, stylish jewels, screaming, fuck you haters. Paper, paper, yeah, that's all I know. Rich and black, help me lace my boots from the go. Matter of fact, let's take it back to 2004. Slinging packs, a pissy crack, out Buick those. I was a hustler, I take 2 zips and make them fold. Forward stab, that was the track, if you must know. I had a sting that made it on cops. In the trailer, pointing the dope out, telling the ops.
My bad,
it was crazy,
my bad.
like any moment your shit could get knocked.
My bad,
Tuesday and Thursday, for real, they circled the block. Came out the door one day, somebody dead on the spot. Stretched out in the street, neighbors standing staring in eye. My first time seeing a dead body. And best believe it was over drugs and money, probably. And the block went on.
Yo. Easying up on you on our first evening show. Thank you for tuning in. Welcome to CrossFaded. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Omega Classic Records is the page and the name. If you're just tuning in, we have just gotten started. Matter of fact, we haven't even gotten started. So be thinking about yesterday, Juneteenth. Got my Juneteenth cups. The show is to kind of understand what's going on with America's psychology with Juneteenth, why some areas don't celebrate it, why some areas don't care about it, and why some states even don't have it in their legislation when it's federal legislation. So, yeah, man, this is CrossFaded. Let's do it.
CrossFaded, 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 CrossFaded. Bad they never made it. Bad so now they hating. They bad for how they paid it. I'm just trying to make it, trying to hold my placement. Thanking God for the graces, watching for changing faces. CrossFaded, this is special occasion. Subjects hotter than Cajun, Andrew and Mason. CrossFaded, I'm just a duck in the pond. Shout out to Dorian, my reign has just begun. I be CrossFaded, 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 guys, and notice CrossFaded, 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 CrossFaded. Well, you ready? Let's start the show.
Yo, what's up? Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Welcome to CrossFaded. Happy Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth, young Lisso. We got the PA on there doing her thing, the lovely young Lisso. Give her an applause. She's doing applause. Yeah, man. So we're going to get into this later on in the show. Juneteenth situation and just the psychology about what's going on, like why after things have been put into law, we're still having a struggle to abide by. It's funny, because in America, being black, and my experience, you don't get to pick and choose what to abide by. Um, as a young black male, you just better abide. You better obey. You better, or here comes, handcuffs, billy clubs, um, standard issue 9 millimeter bullets, etc. You know. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But what we're going to speak about right now is some crazy stuff that's been happening in the news. For starters, I want to say a special um, rest in peace to the brother Big Pokey, man. Big Pokey is one of the legendary hip hop artists out of Houston and the SUC clique, the Screwed Up clique. Uh, Man, heard about him passing, and it's just so unfortunate. I hate to hear that. The guy was only 48 years old, and I don't believe that they have released the cause of death yet. So, man, just kind of sucks, man. And just another, young rapper gone. Hopefully, it's not due to, some kind of uh drug usage, dealing with uh lean or anything like that, which is something in the South is popularized, especially in the hip hop movement. It's one of those drugs that have I'm sorry, and I was wrong about something. He was 45, not 48. Sorry about that. He was 45. So man, like that's crazy, Um, but yeah, hopefully it's not due to drugs or something like that. Still kind of waiting to hear what the cause of death was. But we'll go ahead and see what they have so far. This is per Complex Magazine. Houston rapper Big Pokey, whose real name is Milton Powell, passed away Sunday morning after collapsing on stage during a show in Texas. He was only 45 years old. Um, TMZ reported that the late um, uh, rapper was performing late Sunday, or I'm sorry, Saturday night into Sunday morning. So in the morning hours on the stage at a bar called Pour Nine Bar and Rooftop in Beaumont, Texas. The Houston rapper's cause of death is still unclear. Pokey's team released a statement to the local news station Fox 26 in Texas regarding the rapper's sudden passing. And they were saying in his camp, it is with deep sadness that we share the news of the passing of our beloved Milton Big Pokey Powell. And Big Pokey passed away on June 18th, 2023. He was well loved by his family, his friends, and his loyal fans. The statement continued by saying that funeral arrangements will be announced in the next few days. In the coming days, we will release information about his celebration of life and how the public can pay their respects. We ask that you respect his family and their privacy during this difficult time. Big Pokey will forever be missed and known um, as the hardest pit in the litter, quote unquote. Houston legend Bun B took to Instagram on Sunday to share his thoughts. I wasn't ready for this, says Bun B, one of the most naturally talented artists in the city. Low key, humble, mountain of a man who moved with honor and respect. He was easy to love and hard to hate. He'd pull up, do what he had to do, and head home. One of the pillars of our city. If Heart of Gold was a person, it would be him. Iconic member of the SUC. There will never be another, and he'll be we love and honor you, Sensei. Rest in heaven. That was Bun B, his exact words. Um, it's unfortunate whenever you have death circumstances, but when you're talking about, a lot of these guys, I think people in music don't understand the music market. in Texas. A lot of these guys are legendary. Okay. Um, when I say they're legendary, I'm saying like they've achieved a lot of goals and circumstances and accolades that average artists abroad in the country have not achieved. You can be in Houston and go platinum in Houston. One state, you can drive yourself to the platinum plaque as an artist. It's not many states where you can do that, where you can look at your state as your sole market. You can forget about the region. You can forget about the rest of the country. You can just focus on your state and you'll go platinum if you do it the right way. Houston is one of those places. It's very similar to California being one of those places. So, these places develop such a culture about their music and it's so close to chest when you're talking about the artists that come from out of Houston. So he was huge in Houston. You know, this guy was a friend and dear associate of Bun B, and I'm sure Pimp C as well. Screwed Up Click member. If you know about Screwed Up Click and you know about the South and Texas and DJ Screw, then you know what I'm talking about and where I'm coming from. So, prayers to Big Pokey's family. Hopefully, it isn't due to any drugs. And you know what? If it is, man, then that's just what it is. And that's the choice that Big Pokey made. Accidentally or purposefully. So God bless him either way, because now we don't have him another real rapper on the forefront. Are you kidding me? As many fake ass rappers as it is right now in the game that are just taking up space. This doesn't hurt. Shh, man, please. This shit is a dagger, especially in Houston. So, yep. God bless him, man. And God bless his family. Moving on. So, I seen something that was super crazy, dude. And this shit is just getting out of control. And I'm speaking of being an artist and doing your shows, doing concerts and whatnot. Um, so there's an artist um, that was doing a show, and I can't think of her name right now, but she was doing her show, and she was actually hit upside the head with a cell phone. Her name I believe it's probably pronounced BB. Um, I don't know what to say about shit like this, man. This is just getting crazy, out of control, man. So these youngsters are pulling up to your concerts and they literally are throwing whole cell phones behind, like throwing whole cell phones at you, your head, your face, everything. Like it's crazy, it's crazy. Um, So forgive me if I don't pronounce her name correctly, but I think her name is BB. But um, man, we'll let you see for yourself, and you tell me what you think about this uh, ignorant ass shit right here. You see that? Like that's crazy, dude. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that, man. Look at that. My God. Can you imagine if you're an artist or performer and you imagine that? Look at that, man. Look at that, man. Like Kevin Hart. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Man, look. So, mm, mm, mm. After the show, no, it's not the after party. For her, it's stitches, stitches in the face. That's her. Cue the background music for me, please, because this is the kind of stuff that just, um, is ridiculous. Um, man, I'm an artist, and I've graced many stages, and I have never had anybody throw anything at me. Um, but to be disrespected like that, this is becoming commonplace. This is this is beyond absurd. You getting into the point of where safety is coming into question as being an artist. You little youngsters and you little kids got to realize we're already 1 foot into a fully designed virtual world, virtual setting. AI is coming and AI is here. It's not coming, it's here, and it's already taken the places of so many things. You got cars in California picking people up with no drivers right now. Like we was tripping off the Tesla and how the Tesla had the self-pilot feature, and this whole taxi cabs going and picking people up right now. Like picking folks up and no driver and pulling up to the door and letting you get in, and then you push start route, and then it's gonna take you to where you going, like on the street, driving, stopping at stoplights, turn signals left, right. This is where we headed to, artificial intelligence. You kids are gonna keep fucking around, and you're gonna put it to where artists are gonna do nothing for you but shows through your cell phone, shows through the computer, shows that are just virtual, shows you won't be able to show up to and absorb the artist, their what they're trying to give off, the vibe, the feeling, the essence of the show. Y'all are robbing that, man. Y'all are robbing that. I look at Dave Chappelle those months ago. He's getting tackled on the stage. Those dudes is just goofy, just jumping up on the stage and just tackling you. You know, who else was it? Was it Blueface? Uh, or maybe it's like Little Uzi Vert, one of those guys. They like throw a cell phone at him. You got the baby. They threw something at him, and he Matrix with it. So, dude, like I just don't know what to say. I feel like it plays such a part in the music having a lack of substance. And it's just like having garbage food, or just like garbage. Garbage attracts what? Rats and mice and vermin and all that shit. So this kind of music that doesn't have a lot of substance is attracting these individuals that exemplify this behavior. Throwing cell phones upside somebody's head while they in mid-performance, man. I'm gonna go over to the comments. Hello, Omega CWK. CWK, what's cracking with you? I celebrated Juneteenth with Juicy J and Logic yesterday. That's awesome, man. Lil Pimp C is doing his thing to honor his pops and grandma. That's awesome. Oh, my man, and 100 grand. Hardly get to see this man. Give him a hand. Big Country is in the house. Big Country, what's cracking with you? He says, what up? Yeah, that's what's going down. That's my man right there. So, man, I really don't know what to say. Like, wow, dude. Sorry about that. Wow. So, yeah, dude. Protect your neck, man. Wu-Tang style. You know what I mean? Protect your neck. Be ready to duck. Be ready to, tuck, roll. Be ready to do all that military shit, because as an artist today, they throwing cell phones at your head, they throwing bottles, they throwing drinks, they throwing shoes. It's insane, man. So Shout out to the girl BB for just showing good sportsmanship and getting right back up on the horse after that happened, and not letting that stop her, not letting that dictate her, or have her doing some shit where she showed fear or some sort. So yeah, shout out to her for that, man. For real. Artists, get ready. It's getting worse. So that's all I can say. You know what I mean? This is CrossFaded, and we'll be right back after these messages.
I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. I'ma stay fresh with Kicks Casserole. Cop the latest with Kicks Casserole. Nothing less than Kicks Casserole. I'm at my best with Kicks Casserole. Look, nigga, I'm dumb fly. Every time the sun rise, murder classrooms with my fresh since junior high. Fucking up the cafeteria, Columbia 11 highs. Chicks cutting hella eyes while I move with a smooth stride. North Carolina from head to toe, freshest that you know, and that remains from then on into tomorrow. So I'ma stay getting figures, macking bitches, getting bigger, and fresh from head to toe with Kicks Casserole. Anytime I step up in this bitch, I'ma turn up. Got one foot up in this club, I'ma turn up. All I do is shut it down, I'ma turn up. With your baby mama now, I'ma turn up. Bitch, I'm gon' 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 turn up.
Rappers, producers, hip-hop entertainers, hit up CWK Promotions for any of your management needs. Promotions, booking, studio sessions, feature help, models for your music videos, and much more. Hit up Chris Kleiss with CWK Promotions. Booking from 15 to 30% cheaper. Models, $50 to $500 for your videos. Promotions of any kind. Studio sessions, ranging from $35 to $175, and features from $10,000 to $250K. Hit up CWK Promotions now.
On the way live.
We were just having a conversation about tequila real quick
Tequila.
and what it does to you.
Boy.
It'll bust you down.
And it's not just one tequila. They got tequila like they got shoes. They got red tequila, blue tequila, green tequila, yellow tequila, tequila. They got tequila with fruit in it and vegetable. I had something with tequila with cucumber in it, and I was like, okay. The first cup went down. I should have just stopped right there. But oh no. Oh no. Just had to go for the second sip. And the second sip, guess what? You are OWT.
Yeah, tequila, man. Tequila. We got a couple comments over here, man. Chris Kleiss says,
Mr. Kleiss.
I think I know that one guy, Jerome, aka Mr. Clean and Mean, aka the Sports Guru.
The Sports Guru. Mr. Kleiss, I hope you got paid. I know I sent payment to my man, and I know my man is going to take care of you. So
yes, he did get paid.
He did get paid. I wonder what kind
he
of
won
dinner.
the bet, and he got paid.
I wonder what kind of dinner did he go for? Did he go for the Burger King, or did he go for the filet mignon?
Winner, chicken
dinner. I ain't mad at him.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, salute you, Mr. Kleiss.
Salute. And we also have our man and 1 million grand tuning in once again. Our street correspondent, Mr. A Dog.
Where's my rifle?
A Dog Williams in the house.
A Dog.
Like a church mouse.
Everybody down, A Dog.
Yeah.
Everybody down.
That's the guy right there.
Happy belated Juneteenth to you.
Yeah, happy belated Juneteenth. You didn't miss
happy
much.
Happy belated Daddy Day. I don't know if you're a daddy. Happy belated day to the daddies that were out there. We did give you a shout before, but I hope they came home and everybody was good to the daddies because they're like mamas. You only get one.
You only get one.
Yeah,
you only get one. Yeah. Yeah. So man, shout out to my man, and shout out, man, to my other man from the same mother like no other. Blood brother. C. Ross threw us up in here right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the man right there, man. Give it up to C. Ross all the way from the. It ain't the sun. What they don't call Florida the Sunshine State, right? What do they call? Because the Sunshine State is California, right?
Yeah. Florida is the trouble state.
Trouble state.
Trouble goes. That's where
trouble state.
All the New Yorkers go when they retire, and there's trouble.
Or the Snowbird State. I know the Snowbird State. Yeah, C. Ross, though, man. Good to see you up in here. I know on them earlier days, man, you be on the clock. So, but yeah, man, it's important to have my man tune in up in here.
C. Ross, I have a question for you, C. Ross. What you cooking tonight? What's on the plate? I heard you are a hell of a baker. You should have your own shop, I heard.
Oh, yeah, he's a bake. Him and Brian. Boy, they some baking mother lovers.
Baking and cooking brothers, aren't they?
Yeah. And he says Florida is the Sunshine State.
Well, of course. That's what they say. There's no sunshine.
We in the Sunshine State with a bomb ass state where you never find a dance floor empty. Yeah.
Ain't no sunshine.
Bill Withers and Dr. Dre, big baby. That's my man. He got the beatbox skill.
Big balls and entertainer.
And Lisso says to everyone, Happy Father's Day.
Yes.
I forgot about Father's Day because I was sick on Father's Day. I was in here hurting. Yeah.
In the Spanish tradition, especially the Puerto Ricans, I never told you this, the Father's Day is what they call the Day of the Dog. And the Father's Day.
They call that the Day of the Dog?
The Day of the Dog. The dogs, guys walk around going, woo, woo. The Puerto Ricans. I lived in New York. And if you know any Puerto Rican, if you ask the Puerto Rican Father's Day is the Day of the Dog because they have the dog and they're impregnating, they're creating the pups.
So Father's Day is a dog day.
Dog day
for us.
Puerto Rico.
And Americans, especially as brothers, and then over in Puerto Rico.
Over in Puerto Rico is the Day of the Dog.
No way to win.
No way to win. No way to live.
Yep, no way to win.
No way to choose.
Slice responds to you, and he says he had.
Drum roll. Hold on.
Roadkill is chopped steak with mushrooms, onions, and gravy with a salad and fries. Looks like he had that at Texas Roadhouse.
Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Wow. Boy, this guy knows how to live.
They call it roadkill. I guess they call it roadkill down out there in Denver.
And Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, but he had Texas Roadhouse on you, brother. Texas Roadhouse on
Texas
you.
Roadhouse on the Denver Nuggets. That was the better team. That was a machine. Yeah. But I'll be ready next year. I'm gonna put Mr. Kleiss's money where his mouth is next year, brother.
Then C. Ross, he jumps back and he says, "Man, I had some king crab legs and shrimp for Father's Day." He's a cooking mother lover. I done seen Corey lay out. Yeah, I can't wait to really just dig into his food. I can't wait.
God. Please
really
don't do it without me.
Food.
Don't do it without me, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to bring you on down there.
Oh my God. I'll take the bus to make sure I get there before you.
He be cooking, man.
I'll ride the great dog to get down there, boy.
Yeah, man. This man right here be cooking, man.
And bring doggy bags on the way back on the bus.
Yes. So yeah, man. So that's good, man. Thanks to everybody in the comments. We'll be bouncing back and forth to you.
Yes.
But
God,
we are getting ready to go ahead and get it popping with you know what, because you know when this man stops by what the subject getting ready to be.
What it do?
Get ready for sports.
A slow roller, but Martinez doesn't run well. Jeter up with it. Starts spreading the news. New York, New York.
Here's the windup. Fastball hit deep to right. Way back there. Another standing ovation for Roger Maris. One of the greatest sights I've ever seen here at Yankee Stadium.
Right, like you said, a thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all know what it is, sports with
It's
the one and
sports.
only.
It's sports.
My right hand man to my left, Mr. Jerome.
Yes.
The legendary
yes.
Murphy.
How about it, sports fan? We are in the doldrums now. Tomorrow is the first day of summer. We're going through the eternal equinox. For those who know what that is, it's supposed to be the longest day of the year. You know, we have to go through that before we get to the NBA draft. Everybody's talking about the number one draft. I don't know I don't ask you what his name is, but he's from Peru. He's a Peruvian. He's slated to be the next LeBron James. I thought I was gonna say Michael Jordan. No, he's looking like the next LeBron James. He's the number one pick. Supposedly the Spurs has got him. He's supposed to be exciting. He's supposed to be Jabba and more. He's supposed to jump out the gym. He's got skills. He's touted as the number one, but because you're touted does not mean, you know, you have to put the work in.
What's his name?
I have no idea. I call him that guy from Peru. That's what I call him. I'm sure my sports dogs out there in the house, A-Dog and Be Right and my other guys, they'll know his name.
See Rise, though.
See Rise. See, I do good to know. See, but none of them would know because he's not going to their team. See, they knew that Anthony Richardson was our quarterback. Anthony Richardson, and he's already with our team. So I bet you my guys are smart and they'll pull a name up for him. He's a number one pick. If you want to know who he is, we can goggle it, as they say, instead of Google. Let's goggle it.
Goggle it.
But yeah, he's supposed to be the one. Supposed to be the outstanding number all. Everybody's game to get him, but the Spurs got the number one pick. And they can keep him, they can pass him, they can do. And everybody's moving now because the free agency is coming up, the draft. So names, people are being dropped. Yes, so you're going to see a lot of your NBA teams doing the curly shuffle. Woo! People are going left, people are going right, people are drink. As a matter of fact, the Phoenix Suns already got rid of Chris Paul. They said Mr. Paul was too old and crumbly. They said he was like a box of cereal. Snap, crackle, pop. Every time when they needed him to show up big, the man came home hurt.
Look, man, Chris Paul was out there balling in Phoenix.
But injuries caught up to him, and they could never count on him. I think he's a Washington Wizard right now. I think they traded him to the Wizards.
Who's out there?
Because they have Bradley Beal. He's a younger, more injury-prone guy, but he'll give you, 30 points, 25, 30 points a night. So Bradley Beal is now going to the Suns, and they got Kevin Durant at the Suns now. KD, he's a Phoenix Sun. So there's a lot of activity going on in Phoenix. Shout out to Phoenix. Yeah. And you were right. Well, B Right was right. That Mr. Ja Morant, didn't get a full suspension. He only got 25 games. They slapped him on the wrist again. Yeah. They trying to give the man a chance, but I can't call him a man because he do boyish things. The boy, he don't seem like he's going to get it. So but if the original commission was the guy, Mr. David Stern, that boy would have been done for the year. They don't play. They did not play. This guy, Silver, he's soft. He's soft. That's why he's Silver.
Is it Adam Silver?
Adam Silver is soft. Yeah. He is soft. He's trying to maintain the pace of the game, but the pace of the game keeps trying to shoot himself in the foot. You know, so it's a whole thing. And then moving on to Louisiana with our boy Mr. Zion Williamson. They're looking to shop him, man. They don't even care. They'll give you Zion Williamson just because he's become a PR nightmare. And, you know, he's supposedly in this so-called Bible Belt, but slaves were loaded back in those days, back in the Bible Belt. So, I mean, how could you be religious, hold the Bible in one hand and go to the whole slavery thing with the other? But they're upset with Mr. Zion Williamson because he can't keep it in his pants. He's got the model, the porn model, and he's got the fiance, and they're looking to shop. The rumor has it, Zion will not be a Pelican. Is it a Pelican? By the end of this week. By the end of this week, and they're talking about he's not committed. He's not trying to put the body work in. His body is too big, which I never heard of because you see the way these boys play basketball. They under the net. They body slamming people, boy. Yeah. They are kicking each other's butts under that net. Yeah. I mean, I'd rather have me some meat on me. So when these guys, these 6'5", 6'7", 6'8" guys come at me, you know, they bounce off. You know, that's why Shaq was so dominant because he was a big man. You can run this Shaq all you want. You ain't taking him down.
You know, but I can hear interviews of Kobe talking about the bones he was picking with Shaq,
right?
And a lot of it was exercise and him not working hard enough.
Not wanting it.
So yeah, that's kind of what Kobe was saying to him on a few occasions.
Kobe had the same drive that Michael had. He had the obsession, and he had their drive was so close to being ruinous that, you know, their competitiveness to win outweighed people, outweighed everything, and that's what made them that's what made them stars, because they had that drive. Yeah, you know, and a lot of people couldn't understand it, but why they act like that? Because they want to win, doggone it. Yeah, they want to bring it home. They don't go out there for nothing. But in the words of my man Nipsey Russell, I don't go out there for nothing.
Nipsey Hussle. Nipsey Russell. Nipsey Russell.
My man Nipsey too. I didn't know in the words of my man Nipsey. You don't do nothing but nothing. Yeah. I went to the camera to see you face.
Yeah, that's my shit.
This is it. Yeah. So on top of that, let's see. Everybody just buying their time to the NFL. So like I said, everybody's watching for the NBA. We go from there. Yeah. You know, that's our sports, because other than baseball, you know, those are fans. I don't see it. You know, It might be. If everybody want to talk baseball, maybe Mr. Chris Kleiss can talk baseball. His team is really doing it. I think they're in the bottom. We should see how many. I should bet him on how many games that his team is going to lose. Yeah, the Colorado Rockies. They lost again last night. But a lot of the teams are losing. The Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers, the LA Dodgers. People in LA are upset. The Dodgers are stuck in this. I mean, they lost one game so bad. They have, since they were the Brooklyn Dodgers, when they were in Brooklyn, they broke the record for the loss. So people are upset at the Dodgers. You know, the baseball players are hitting their slump. We're slowly sliding into the dog days of summer before we get to the All-Star break, and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
But watch that NBA game. Watch that NBA draft on Thursday night. I think it's Thursday night, 8:00. Coming to a show near you. I can't tell you what you watch. If it's, you know, NBA TV, USA, you know, ESPN. You know, you got so many outlets now. Yeah. And when I grew up, we only had 3 channels. Back in my days, we only had 3 channels. ABC, and CBS. Pack your bag, Dave. Hey, you kids, get off my lawn.
I do want to say to the youngsters, man, make sure y'all paying attention. Look at Zion Williamson.
Yes.
Look at Ja Morant. Look at the decisions that they making off of the court and how they affecting their lives.
Losing $200 million.
Yeah.
Ja already lost 40, and now he got 25 games to sit out. You know, they get paid by the minute. They step on the court. The check is clicking. They're making $170,000 a minute just for being on the field, on the court.
Yeah.
I mean, and now I don't know how much that equates to 25 games, but you know, he still got a bag. I'm sure he still got a bag.
Yeah. You know, but with those kind of moves,
his bag is
taking a dent unnecessarily. And when you get those moves to consistently, you start doing that and being known for that kind of, you know, just being a problematic player in the league, and you're black.
Right.
You know, the tolerance level is low, and you'll mess around and find yourself in a trade zone.
See, they don't
constantly getting traded, then you just disappear out the league.
They don't understand. There's another one just like you coming up in the ranks. There's another one, you know.
Yeah.
They have pulled the G League, Summer League. They got boys that, you know, don't know. You know, who knows? Might hit that light and shine and come out there. So when you get your opportunity, you don't squander it. You don't.
Hey, this is for the youngsters too. I know what he just said is true to fact. There's one coming up behind the other. All these prospects, the talent, all of these,
the generational players,
all these things that are the makeup of the youngsters that are coming up in athletics right now.
Yes.
But here's something that hurts them. They didn't have to earn anything. Everything is easy and it's given to them.
Give it to them.
When I look at Michael Jordan and I look at Charles Barkley, them dudes came to the league and the NBA hadn't even made it overseas yet. It was underneath probably about 20, 30 countries. The NBA doesn't really blow up in expansion until after you come through the 1996 USA basketball team, the Dream Team. After that, it like explodes and gets into like 200 or 150 countries or something like that.
Yeah.
And then Michael Jordan becomes a global figure. So them boys walk the ladder. Jordan will tell you when he came in the league, this was drinking beer and smoking cigarettes in the locker room. Guys making $20,000, $30,000 a year type of shit. Walmart money.
Right.
Them dudes carved it out and they earned it. The little dudes today, they get so saturated with media and attention that they're giving everything on the spot, and then they fumble and drop the bag, they drop the opportunity, and in turn end up losing it altogether. So I hope you youngsters is paying attention to that and understand that the social media stuff is hype. It don't carry you nowhere, but to a jail cell at best.
And I heard once you start believing, a lot of these athletes got thin skin. Who's the one that's got 5 burner accounts as a basketball player? I think it is. He's got 5 burner accounts.
I ain't heard of him.
His name. He's he's got thin skin. He'll fire back at you one of his burner accounts and stuff. And you were talking about the artists that they go to the club, they get cell phones, talking about them. What about the athletes? You know, you heard about, oh my God, the snowball thing in New York doing the Giants. They're throwing snowballs. And they go to Philly. They're throwing batteries and
throwing batteries.
Oh yeah. That stuff being thrown.
That's bad intentions right there.
Oh yeah, the game gets forfeited. Oh yeah, so it's not just the artists. It's not just the athletes. They're in the front line.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the stupid athletes that run on the field, streaking and carrying on advertising stuff, and them boys, they grab him and they beat the crap out of him. When you run the baseball field, I said, why you gonna run a field with guys with bats? You see, they stopped showing it on TV now. You don't get to see it like you used to. The boys go up there, security come and beat the crap out of them and drag them off, and but every major event, it happens. It happens. Somebody wants to be that hero. They want to run out in the field, with guys with helmets and pads, 350, 400-pound guys coming at you.
Yeah.
You know.
Speaking to the subject, A-Dog says Christian Maldonado, the player that you're talking about coming out of college or coming behind, or that they saying you were saying he was, they kind of sensationalizing him a little bit.
Yes.
Christian Maldonado, you asking if that might be who you're talking about.
Christian Maldonado.
And then Corey says that 25-game suspension, it's gonna hurt them pockets.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt them pockets.
Yeah. I mean, they take off every minute. So depending on what his contract was, you can see him lose it. Another.
Yeah, that's gonna
$40-50 million.
That's gonna tap pockets.
Yes, I don't know if they gave him the whole $200 million contract. He shouldn't have got that. He was a rookie when he got it. They drafted him as a rookie, but he should have been on a rookie contract. So if they got him on the rookie contract, that boy's being hurt. That boy's being hurt bad.
Even more. Because it's a rookie contract.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They just drafted him. Memphis drafted him number 1, didn't they? Like a year ago or something?
I don't know. Did he get drafted number 1? A-Dog, Corey?
Let me know. I think he was drafted number 1. He came out. He was a sensation. He was supposed to be the it guy.
Yeah.
It guy.
A-Dog responding to Corey. Yeah, that's a pocket turner. That's gonna hurt them pockets for sure. Corey said he will lose over $7 million just from the game suspension. $7 million just from the game suspension.
And we don't know about his endorsements and what he got going on the field. Does he have who's his shoe? So he's gonna mess up with merch. He's messing up off.
Yeah.
People are walking away from him. They don't want to be equated with a guy who can't keep his hands off a gun, which is his right in America.
Yeah, man. Just not on fucking social media.
Not on company
man.
time. Especially when the
Brainless.
Brainless. You are working for a brand. You are working for the NBA. There are covenants.
It just angers me. And I hope y'all youngsters heard the part I said earlier and hear this now. They killing us left and right in the street for nothing. We getting ready to talk about how this holiday, Juneteenth, is scoffed at. It's laughed at. It's not taken seriously. Like, it's not a joke. It's not a game.
Do you know how long it took for Martin Luther King to pass to Martin? It was 17 years. This has just been something that has been introduced. It's
2 years, and I know time plays a part, and then get used to
there
it.
was so much advocate. I mean, Stevie Wonder, everybody was standing up for this. Everybody was pushing for this, and because they believe in Martin Luther King, the day that we should celebrate the King, and this was just. I don't know. I'm not trying to diminish it in any way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to diminish it any. But this was when 2 years after, the federal marshals walked into Texas and told the brothers, "Hey, by the way, y'all have been free. Y'all been free for the past 2 years.
2 years.
Y'all just finding out about it."
Mm-hmm.
And it carries the weight. I appreciate that they were the last ones to know.
Mm-hmm.
Because this was back then, and news traveled slow.
Yeah, super slow by mail,
but
which was mostly by horse and carriage.
Right. Horse and pony. I don't know if the telegraph was set up yet, and if they weren't letting us know that we were free to go.
And then it's the
South.
South.
They were still getting the free labor in the South. They wanted to keep slavery going.
Yeah.
A
lot of places in the South, the mail will get delivered, and this is history, will get delivered to like a drugstore, some local store in that little town, a local merchant.
The mercantile, yes.
Okay, and he would get the mail, and he'd have these little individual boxes, like little cubbies for people in the town, and you come get your mail from there. Or sometimes, man, the mail wouldn't make it there if you was black. He either took the envelope and tore it up, or if you had a relative that sent you some money, he'd have held it up to a light, seen the dollar bills in there, took them out, and then put it back in there, tore up without the money. That's history. Yeah. So not trying to get all the way into Juneteenth, because we're gonna touch on that in a minute. But for the youngsters, don't blow opportunities like that, man, for stupidity, for hype. You know what I mean? Because you want to look cool,
look at me.
hold the pistol up like this on social media. Get your mind right, man.
Hey, do what a great man taught me. Take your talents. If you want to be like that, say, look, I'm a paintball king. Go to a paintball card where, it's legal, but they shoot people.
You can shoot it out there.
Just shoot it out there.
Shoot off 4,000 paintballs.
Hey, you got the money, you can do that. That's what I say. If you want to live out that fantasy, go to the paintball card where you can shoot. Bring your posse, bring your friends. You can shoot mom, dad. You can shoot everybody for free. Well, not for free, but for a cost. I mean, if you have to live out that fantasy, just to get that stigma, to get the gun out your hand.
Yeah.
And not jeopardize your way of life, your means that's going to cover you, your generation, your generation. You are working not just for you, my man, Mr. Jabba Man. You are working for your family. You're working for the family after, and the family after that. Look at the Mannings. These people are set for life. Their kids, their kids' kids, their kids' kids.
Yeah,
because they played the game right.
They went in right, man.
I mean, they got caught in scandals, drugs, and stuff, and Peyton Manning putting his balls in girls' faces and stuff, and they swept that in the cup. But he's an athlete. You're an athlete. You're allowed to get away with stuff. But when you get away, there's no count for stupidity. There's no count for
especially
stupidity.
when you including guns. To you youngsters, once again, a lot of times when you have one case where you've broken the law and you include a gun into it, it compounds the case and it changes the severity of that original charge. So like if you had a bag of weed on you, and you was just in public and you got caught with it, but you had the gun too.
Right.
Weed and guns can't be together because that ups the charge. That then turns the charge from like a class, C or D to a class A, probably in some cases leaving the misdemeanor class and going into felony class. You know what I mean? So
and this is why they were talking about Ja, if they try to trade Ja, which they normally won't. But if they do, let's send them to New York. New York has a zero tolerance
for guns. Then he can be stupid and do it again and end up like Plexico Burris. And then your career's gone.
You're in the pen for years.
That's your last stop. Play with guns in New York if you want to as an athlete. You won't play on the field or the court again in New York.
You won't see it for a minute.
Plexico Burris just disappeared. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you guys got to be smarter because you guys are leading. Being the young and out there and, on the forefront.
Upcoming generation.
Y'all are leading, like, man.
The kids after you are going to look and say, well, this is okay to walk around with it good. No, it ain't. Like, Queen Latifah had the perfect line. She said, you ain't guarding the door. What you got a gun for? That hit me right here when Latifah told me that. Latifah said, why you got a gun? You ain't guarding the door.
Yeah.
You ain't security, bro.
Yeah, what you got a gun for?
What you got a gun for?
Yeah. Come on, man.
Wow.
Hey.
Wow. That's what Queen Latifah.
That's real. That's real shit. Yeah.
That goes back to our favorite self-destructive song. If you look that up on YouTube,
self-destruction.
The self-destruction. It got all the boys. It was a masterpiece. It had everybody.
We don't make stuff like that no more.
They don't. And everybody stood together against the violence, to stop the violence and kick the science.
Yeah.
Don't let the science predict determine that that's what we're gonna do to ourselves. It's bad enough we already got the cops doing it to ourselves. Why are we helping the cops do it to ourselves with the gun violence? Stop it.
Yeah.
Please put the guns down.
Yeah.
Please. Passionate cry from a blind guy. Impassionate cry from a blind guy.
Who manifested this just stepped in here. They just tuned in. Miss Lisa, Miss Lisa and my man Pat. They had some trouble getting up on Sunday, so we hope that you guys get up soon. They got to get 50 subscribers for starters. So all our fans here, if you have an interest in a new and up and coming show that I think is going to turn out to be a good show.
Yes.
They talk a lot about medical marijuana. And we're talking about life things. Check them out.
There's some Acapulco Gold or some.
Sure, they probably will.
Red.
They do
reviews. Panama Red.
They do reviews and tell you, how the weed is, and what kind of health attributes it may have, and etc. So tune into them. That's them on the screen right there.
I want to meet them because I want to know if I can get some weed. I can sprinkle it to my salad, eat it with lettuce, a little nice arancha.
Yeah, you guys keep grinding though, Miss Lisa and Pat, and put the work into the page, and people will definitely come out.
Subscribe, please.
Yep, absolutely. Go subscribe to them and check them out, folks. They got a good thing that's on the rise. It's getting ready to come down for sure. Shout out to my grand lady, man. The grandest woman of them all, Mom Dukes, saying good evening, Omega. And hi, Jerome.
Mama.
Yeah, man, that's the lady right there. Corey bouncing back to John Moran. He will not be eligible for the All-Star game.
No.
Not be eligible for any NBA team.
No.
Which will cause him to lose millions more.
Millions more.
Yep.
See?
Yep.
See? By the way, happy Father's Day, Papa Darrow. I know you're listening. I meant to.
Oh yeah, happy Father's Day. All the men on here, all the brothers on here.
Yeah.
Yeah, happy Father's Day.
Okay.
Wow.
See? Millions, we don't, but to them, millions are like dollars. Okay, I'll lose $10, $11. But there's zeros attached to that, brother. There's a bunch of zeros.
Yeah. Ja was second pick in 2019. Rookie year was 2020. That's from CW. That's from
all right. So he was the second pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, the guy is explosive. He is the sugar honey iced tea, as we say, but his off the field antic is just gonna, it's a shame because we got two prominent black men. We got Zion, who is black, am I right?
Yeah.
I can't say him, it looks black to me.
The brother.
Yeah, the brother. And we got Ja. So we got, brothers. Now watch, this Peruvian, this guy, he told us his name, he's gonna come in. He's gonna have more discipline. He's gonna have more. He's gonna be he might be your next Dirk. He might be your next Tony Parker. He might be your next, because these guys overseas come into the league and they make a bet. They know that they can build a village.
They work. They work.
Yes.
They put the work in. They have been working. I looked at Tony Kukoc and dude, he came into the league and his whole country was at war during that time. He's dealing with people bombing, in his neighborhood and shooting up. Yeah, and he's over here trying to play ball.
What did he do? He took a platform and helped.
Yep, and went to Chicago and he did what he and he raised some money.
Raised money and stayed back
and helped his family, man.
And helped people back there. That's what you're supposed to do. See.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm saying is Ja is maybe he just wants to become a member of the NRA. He wants to be the face of the NRA because the man just can't kick a weapon out of his head. Now, maybe, as a kid, he was running around with the super soaker. He was just soaking everybody. I don't know. I just don't know. And then you go back to somebody like Michael Vick. This guy, loved his dogs.
Persecuted for dog fighting. Career driven into oblivion.
Accepted in the South, which was revered, which was a tournament. It was almost like, they couldn't cockfight no more.
If you don't know about dog fighting, if you don't know about dog fighting, why they crucified Mike Vick like they did, go and look up dog fighting and its origins. You'll see that it started in Europe. It was a European sports ethic, and sportsmen were trainers and they were white and they were Europeans, and that's where dog fighting has its beginnings and grows into being a prominent sport. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
and how they went from dog fighting to cockfighting, like when we saw Roots, remember Chicken George? It was the same type of symbolism, but I guess they couldn't use dogs back in those days. But I don't know if the difference was using chickens with the raisins on their beaks and
that's crazy. Corey says, if Ja Morant got voted to an all NBA team,
it'd be a miracle.
he would have gotten a bonus of $39 million. But with the 25-game suspension, he will not qualify to be voted to an all NBA team. So he loses $39 million just by not getting the
and that was before he lost the voting off the top for the first chance, the first thing he did. At the first video, they took 40 million, brother. So it's just like watching money go down the drain. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. If I was his mama, I'd grab him up and stack the piss out of him, is what I do. That's what I do. Keep your hands off guns.
Wow. That's so bad.
Yes.
Hey, dog. Yeah, Corey. He can acquire a single accolade for his performance after the suspension.
Right. Wow. I mean, shoes, merch. I mean, commercials. I mean, his if he had the
so
PR
bad.
problem, if he had the PR, I mean, the spin will have to be outrageous. But he's irrelevant for the first 25 games. He's irrelevant. You know, let's say build up John's coming back, but then he's rusty. You know, does he have the discipline to stay in the gym and build himself and keep himself up in NBA form? We don't know. Evidently, he likes to play with guns.
He'll lose easily $70 million plus CWK.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow, dude.
And it goes up. Easy $70 million.
Yeah.
Wow. You know, that's your generational money. That's your kids' money, your grandkids' money, your great grandkids' money. That's what that is. That's what that is.
Oh man, boy.
Man.
This sad. It's sad and it makes me angry to watch and see.
And I know we say we finish on sports, but I also just want to touch on the NFL. I don't know if I do. I was sipping a little bit. I think I did. But we're going through pieces moving in the NFL too. There's a lot of receivers. We still waiting for Saquon Barkley to sign in the New York Jets. He might be holding out. There's a running back in Phoenix that might be holding out. The running backs seem to be wanting to get paid.
Yeah.
And I haven't heard anything about Jonathan Taylor from our new Indianapolis Colts. I don't know if they signed him yet. We haven't heard about him.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of piece shifting there. So
yeah, Jonathan
we had
Taylor.
a month before we go to training camp, boys and girls. A month before we go to training camp and the Hall of Fame game in August.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor said, "I need my money, man."
I need the bag.
He told the Colts, man, y'all gotta come on with some money, So I hope they pay that man. I hope they give him some money.
Derrick Henry is number one for the Tennessee Titans.
Yeah.
Tennessee. Those guys, he's number one. He pulled in the most yards, but Jonathan Taylor wasn't that far behind. I think he was number 2. I think he was. Yeah. And then he got hurt. That's what happened. He got hurt. And see, but he's prime and ready to go. He's going, if he makes it through camp and everything, he'll be ready to peel off. Yeah. 800,000-900,000 yards. I'm pretty sure. Depending on the new scheme and whoever they're working on it. Yeah. But that's sport.
That is sports, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. In the words of who was it? Thank you, Jesus. During the Warriors game. Was that Shaq? Thank you, Jesus.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah. It was during the Warriors game, but somebody won it. It was a parade. Yeah.
Okay. That's sports. And we'll be right back after this.
Anytime I step up in this bitch, I'ma turn up. Got one foot up in this club, I'ma turn up. All I do is shut it down, I'ma turn up. With your baby mama now, I'ma turn up. Bitch, I'm gon' turn up. Bitch, I'm gon' turn up. Bitch, I'm gon' turn up. Bitch, I'm
rappers, producers, hip-hop entertainers. Hit up CWK Promotions for any of your management needs. Promotions, booking, studio sessions, feature help, models for your music videos, and much more. Hit up Chris Kleiss with CWK Promotions. Booking from 15 to 30% cheaper. Models, $50 to $500 for your videos. Promotions of any kind. Studio sessions ranging from $35 to $175. And features from $10,000 to $250K. Hit up CWK Promotions now.
Crossfaded, 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 crossfaded. Mad they never made it. Mad so now they hating. They bad for how they paid it. I'm just trying to make it, trying to hold my placement. Thanking God for the graces, watching for changing faces. Crossfaded, this is special occasion. Subjects hotter than Cajun, and Dule and Mason. Crossfaded, I'm just a duck in the pond. Shout out to Dorian, my reign has just begun. I be crossfaded, 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 crossfaded.
What up? Crossfaded. Crossfaded, baby. We are back. Okay.
Wait a minute. I got to do the crossfaded way. Crossfaded. Don't hit the side, baby. Don't be related.
Crossfaded. Yeah. Good shit. So we back.
Yeah.
So this is something that I have been waiting to talk to you about.
Nah. This sounds like
Probably not. I always, when it comes to something, I need to let you know ahead of time. Never, because you my brother, so we always want to be on the same plane with you. But I'm surprised you didn't hear about this.
Okay.
So I guess in New York City, they have released a fleet of robot cops in the streets. You know about that?
I didn't hear about that.
There's literally robot police officers and
RoboCops.
No, even worse, robot police officers and piece of shit robot dogs, man.
I heard about the robot dogs.
You heard about them?
Yeah, I heard about them. It was a whole thing. Yes, I did hear.
You did hear about them?
Yeah.
What kind? What?
We have a correspondent in New York, man, named Mario. I need to get him on.
Yeah, we do need to get him to be a street correspondent.
Yes.
Yeah, seriously.
A street correspondent.
So I can know East Coast stuff and what's going on in the East Coast.
Yeah.
Because he's in the heart of, where's he at? He's in the heart
of the Bronx.
He's in the Bronx.
He's down the street from Yankee Stadium where the Yankees play. He's on 170th Street and College Avenue.
Yeah.
Where he is. My man Mario. But he's not one. He lives in New York, but he does not pay attention to New York news. He's more a consumer of content.
Mr. Mario is our man. We need to.
Are you kidding? He don't know what's going on. But
you don't think so?
I stayed with Mario for a few days, and I have this app on my phone called what's it called? The one Citizens app. I had the Citizens app. And anybody who wants to know crime-wise, please tap into the Citizens app. Sitting in Mario's apartment, I smelled smoke and an electrical fire. Mario didn't even smell it, and my phone said the fire department is coming to this building. There's an electrical fire in the basement.
Because Citizens then told you.
Citizens told me before my man. I said, Mario, you got a fire going on in your basement. He didn't even know. I mean, my Citizens app was my alarm to save my life. And I stand by your Citizens app. You don't have to pay for it if you don't want. You just tap it in.
You don't have to pay for it. I was dealing with Citizens Corporate before when they were new in the territory, and they're just trying to make money right now. But put Citizens. They're not paying us to endorse or anything.
Advertising, but I'm just saying for your own personal safety.
Definitely get you a Citizens app so you know what's around you.
Who's causing trouble? How many times the cops come to this one house? How many times? What's going on? I mean,
you need to know that, man.
You need to know what's going on around you, because if not, it'll come in on you.
That's right. It's close quarters.
Yeah.
And in this case, people in New York City, You know, they really need to figure it out now because you got robot dogs and robot police in the streets policing you. And we already got to deal with the discriminatory ethic that the police carry
all this
toward people of color and everything else that they discriminate against. But
all this
now we got to deal with robots too.
Yes.
And I'm just like, how is this going to play out?
All this is to add more cameras to the streets. These robot dogs, these robot cops are cameras. It's more or less around facial recognition software so they can see your face and see if you're that guy, if you're in their database.
But the dog looks like it can run after you and catch you.
It can.
Like that's what the dog looks like.
Yeah,
like a robot dog, man.
Yes. I heard rumors of a robot dog. I did not hear it. I did not hear about what I heard. What's going on in New York between you and me is a lot of the e-bikes is going up in flames. That people are parking these e-bikes in their house, and houses are burning down.
Oh, really?
Right? Yes.
Wow.
If you are a fan of the e-bike and you're doing an e-bike, don't keep it in your house when you're charging. The battery is bad.
Burning your house down.
Burning your house. They've been burning down. But the last few days I checked out New York City news. 10-10 wins. They're not a fan. They're not a advertiser either. But when you get a chance, if you're having an Alexa device or a smartphone, check out 10-10 wins. It'll take you right to the New York City. What's going on in the streets, the crime.
Yeah.
Yes. But I have not. I mean, that was a major thing that I heard was going on. Was a lot of fires because of these e-bikes in New York because everybody's got them. And people keep them in their apartments and they keep them in their houses and they keep them in their basements. And then when the battery blows, the whole house goes. And people, there was one that happened last night, yesterday. 4 people died.
Yesterday?
Yes.
An e-bike fire?
E-bike fire. E-bike fires are common in New York. As bad as shooting. People bikes are lighting up like that. They are.
4 people died yesterday.
Yes.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
If you haven't seen these new e-cops and e-dogs, this is what they look like. Check this out.
Wow. Put their cameras in. I'm sure that's all it is, just to get close to you so they can check you out for chemicals. And to get your face, you know, where the cameras ain't, where the cameras are located. That's all it is. New York is a metropolis.
Yeah,
it's a metropolis. It's Gotham. It's Gotham.
Gotham City, man.
Gotham City, man. We're
having a little technical difficulty with the video, but it'll play in a second.
Look at this. Look at it. We now return to your regular scheduled program.
Regularly scheduled programming.
We are announcing 3 new policing technologies in New York City. The K5 autonomous security robot, the Spot Digidog robot, and the Star Chase GPS attachment system. Fight crime, people safe. And these tools are significant steps forward in that vital mission.
Are here to get stuff done. #GSP.
Is it Subway?
No, I didn't really show where they was at.
But they showed so it's 3 things. It's a dog, it's a something and some type of device.
Man, that is all bad for niggas, man.
That's New York City.
Now you gotta dodge the robot cops.
But guess what? I take my dog. I have a dog, a beautiful cross Labrador Golden Retriever.
Yeah.
I take it, and then I go through security, and the dogs will go, "Oh my God, it's a dog!" So they think I got drugs on me. You know, because I have a dog, and they see, and they like, okay, no, he's cool. I get wand, I get waved. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. You know.
Man, robot cops.
Robot cops, robot dog, robot that. That sounds like a rap song. Robot dog, robot cop.
Sorry, you have to excuse my disposition. I just do not care for police.
Yeah.
I feel like they are an extreme last result.
Yeah.
So, like, if you've lost an arm, call the police.
Yeah.
You know, damn near Depends on how you lost the arm.
If
If it's a clean cut, I would just pick it up on ice and take yourself to the hospital. Because 911 is a joke.
Yeah,
they're gonna take forever to get to you, and you die.
Richard Price is the same thing. He said, "I ain't hell if I wait for ambulance. Call me a cab."
Yeah, I'm out. I'm riding.
Call me a
I'm
cab.
riding.
Richard Price said it best.
Yeah, and then in on the way to the destination, if they want to pull me over, I might not pull over. And if I do pull over, I'm gonna tell you it's an emergency, and I'm gonna expect you to lead me to the hospital. And if you don't, I'm out. I'm leaving you.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to chase me to the hospital.
Wow.
That's just how I feel about police. They make stupid decisions all the time when people's lives are on the line, and they make the dumbest decisions, especially when a black life is on the line.
Well, did you hear that the DOJ came down on Minnesota last week?
What?
About chokehold, about killing that man, about the racism, the systemic racism in the police department.
So what they gonna do?
Garland came down there. It was a whole thing. They're being broken down. The whole, yes, it was a whole. DOJ came down on the Minneapolis Police Department. They cited how many counts? It had to be about 30, 40, 50 counts. About, how everything happened and how it was, yeah.
Wow.
And also, I mean, if you keep it in politics, I don't know if you heard our boy, the son of the president, Mr. Joe Biden.
Yeah.
He copped to some couple of pleas today, tax evasion or something.
Today?
Yeah, gun charges today, yesterday, today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so Joe Biden's son trying to cop a plea and stuff. And,
Ooh.
Yeah. You know, that's why I have no hope for what's going on with Trump and stuff. You know what? If Trump wins the election and he's got 75 million crazies behind him, he can dismiss this whole lawsuit against him taking them federal papers and get back in the White House. I hope that don't happen.
Like, you know how I feel about it now after sitting back and watching? I feel like Trump would not tear up the earth in terms of economically, and
you don't know this guy.
I don't think he would. I don't think he would tear up the country economically. You know, I think he would get things in order.
Dude,
but I think socially he would.
This guy is a menace to society. You might as well just call him Dennis with his big orange face. I mean, he is not good for us. He's not good for that. He's only good for the enemy. He's good for China. China took me to the political route. I shouldn't go there. But yeah, I would not. You better watch this thing. If he wins this thing and he gets it dismissed, the first ex-president, they got tagged for federal charges. You know, they're saying that the pundits, the expert said this guy could actually win the election and dismiss the charges against him. Is what they're saying he can do. You know, it's unprecedented. It's unheard. Is what they're saying.
I feel like if that happens, then
America is over.
He wrote that was it was written that way. Like they made it that way.
Yeah.
They somehow
found the loophole.
Yeah, and organized the election that way.
And I'm not against those that love Trump. If you love Trump, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but bad for us.
I feel like, man, I'm tired, y'all. Like politically, I'm tired. I'm tired of, you know, the nonsense. You know,
the haggling, the wrangling, the budget that took forever to get passed.
I just want somebody to get in there and run this country, like run it. You know, and
everybody wants Trump because they want Trump because Trump will sit around and send you a $2,000 check to make you happy. If that was what he said, let's give them $2,000. Let's give every American $2,000. If they can prove they're American, let's give them $2,000. And everybody was like that. You got my vote.
Yeah, I'm tired though. Like seriously, you know, not to sound like that, but I really just don't give a damn no more. And if somebody's gonna get in there and run this place, and you know, harmony and social harmony is one thing.
And
I don't know what to say for that right now.
And that's what I gave Biden. Biden pulled us out of a tumultuous Trump administration. They at least got us on equal ground. We got to put our feet down and say, okay, things are going to be high. Food's going to be high. Then the pandemic, he handled the pandemic better than Trump ever could. Well, I'm going to go get Clapper. I'm going to go get her. He made it possible for masks. He made it possible for vaccines. He made it possible. Although, you are a vaccine anti-ist, by what I hear. You don't do vaccines.
It just hurts, though, because, he's like, having to fight for everything, every piece of legislation.
Every piece of
and then he looks like he's, deteriorating.
Because he feels like he's, they say every time a president takes the office, look at Barack Obama. Before he got out there, he had black hair.
Yeah.
By the time he got out,
Gray. It was all gray.
He was gray.
Yep, he was gray.
Fucking with them politicians.
Yep.
Messing with them politicians.
Poly trickery.
Yeah.
Politician.
Yeah. Look at Nancy Pelosi. Her husband got hammer time for these fanatics,
Yeah.
They took a hammer to my man's dome. I mean, that can't be good in America, in any planet. We can take a hammer to my man's dome.
Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, man. Yeah, we normally do not get political, so please excuse us. But
I'm sorry.
Sometimes, man, it gets
it all ties
irritating.
into life and sports and who we are and where we're at.
It does.
And I mean, if you can go to the studies, every time there's a Democratic president in the White House, certain teams win. Every time there's a Republican in the White House, certain teams win. It's all broken down to statistics if you want to look. But, so, I mean, it all goes hand in hand. And we're not going to be the podcast that lean on that politics like that. We more into the culture. We're more into, the music, heavily on the music. We CrossFaded.
Absolutely.
So, hey, the politics are going to be politics, but we roll with what we do, which is our music, our culture, our sound, preserving our rights, preserving the place who we are in America as hip-hop artists, as podcast artists.
Absolutely.
As artists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I had to give a hand to that.
You do? Well, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Real talk. All right. So, next on the menu.
Yes.
Definition of the day, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my God.
So this is the time that
I know what it is. It's called Mama Like a Boo Boo Day. No?
What?
Mama Like a Boo Boo Day.
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
Okay, that's right.
But
what about Ulubutu say I was what?
Sheshwa.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's that Patty LaBelle right there. So every episode, or at least we try to give a definition of the day. The definition is from the music industry and the music business. So this is the time that we ask artists and musicians and those involved in the music business alike to listen up and take notes. Today, this definition is about advance.
Right.
What is an advance? What does an advance mean? What does it do? What is its purpose? An advance is a type of loan that serves as income for the artist or songwriter as they record or write songs and wait for royalties to generate revenue.
That's like Johnny Camp just got paid. Right?
Yeah. You waiting to get paid.
Well, you get paid.
But the advances are essentially investments. In the case of recording artists, the label is investing in the artist by paying upfront so the artist can record and tour, yet still pay their bills. Advances can also include the cost incurred by the artist before royalties begin rolling in.
This sounds like welfare.
These advances must be paid back to the label.
Yeah. Say that again. These
advances must be paid back to the label.
So they're gonna give you $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 to launch your project, is what you said. But guess what?
You gotta pay it back.
It's not a grant. It's a loan.
It's a loan.
It's a loan.
It's a loan, and sometimes it's a loan with very bad interest and very bad restrictions and very bad rules and etc. So that's an advance.
So the key thing is, don't look for no advance. Look for a grant. Look for somebody who's gonna grant you.
You can get a grant,
yeah,
or fund yourself.
Hey,
get a loan.
Yeah,
yourself under your business, under your name, and use that
your own interest rate so you can control it.
Use that to fund your music venture. Get it yourself. Then that way you're responsible. No one has this certain amount of control over your creativity or control over your entire economic existence.
Tell me about this girl, the biggest artist out here right now, doing the artist tour. What's her name? Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
How is she? Where is she at? How do you think she is where she is in her musical? Does she own her own shit? Does she?
Taylor Swift ran into a really situation dealing with a manager by the name of Scooter Braun, I believe. Scooter Braun, if you don't know that name, is a young white manager that has shown prominent, accolades and achievements, but at the same time, underneath it, he's known for a lot of highway robbery. And when it comes to Taylor Swift signed to a label of which they had her masters. The label got sold. Scooter Braun ends up being the buyer that acquired them. And then she appeals to Scooter Braun. He doesn't want to come off the masters. So then she goes and starts re-recording the music. That's another I'll get the term for that for y'all next time, but re-recording is one way to acquire your masters back. You have to. Matter of fact, here's something awesome. I got an advertisement in my email recently. The advertisement was for TLC. Left Eye, T-Boz, Chili, but now it's just Left Eye and Chili. I'm sorry, T-Boz and Chili. Right. But I got an email, and it's from Apple Music, and it was saying to come and listen to the new Red Light Special and the new TLC songs. Recently re-recorded. Yeah, so that tells
how can you
I know that's what Taylor Swift did. That's what they're doing. That's to get their masters back, because they're in a situation where they can't get their masters. But here's the catch. Here's the hang up between that.
Taylor got hers back though, didn't she?
I don't think so. No? She did she re-recorded her whole catalog. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was her whole catalog. If not, it was about 80-90% of the catalog. Right. So yeah, she re-recorded.
Taylor is huge. Do you know people are hanging out? I mean, she only does 3 shows. People are hanging out in the park. They tell people, if you don't get a ticket, don't show up. And guess what? 20,000-30,000 people are out in the
park show up
just to listen to her outside of the venue.
And does not own her masters.
Does not own
maybe
her masters.
Now the re-recorded masters.
Right.
But yeah, does not own her original masters.
Wow.
Yep.
I mean, for somebody that had that kind of power, that's a Michael Jackson power. That's a Prince power.
I'll tell you what that look. I don't mean to cut you off, but it's funny because I just ran into this looking at my Apple Music song list.
Yeah.
So I ran into this with the Death Row imprint. As you know, Death Row is now owned by Snoop Dogg.
Really?
All right. Yes.
Snoop owns that?
He's owned it now for at least a year, 2 years, or something like that. So I looked at my Apple Music song list, and there were gaps. Wow. There were songs that were Death Row songs that were missing. Wow. So, song The Chronic, songs from Above the Ground, songs that was Snoop. I got a song playlist that's probably at least 1,000 songs, 500 to 1,000 songs, something like that. So and all through the line there's gaps. So but now when you push those gaps, because in the song in your song list, if you have Apple Music, all of those that are live and they're bright in color, you can push and they'll play. When you see the ones that are dimmed out or grayed out, that means that it's been removed. So now when you push what's been removed, it redirects you to the Death Row page on Apple Music. So and when it redirects you there, you're able to see all the albums, all of the top singles, and the new music, and then go through and add to your playlist again. But they're totally different releases, so they're redirecting those old fans to the new links to where the new music is. So that's what these artists got to deal with, because in this case Snoop, he got the whole label, so he can manage that, I'm sure, a little more easily than Left Eye and Chili, who's probably still signed to some label, and the label is responsible for the reconfiguration of the websites and the song links to Spotify, and XYZ and playlists. Some labels, by the way, are not good at certain things. Don't just think getting a deal is cool. Some labels are good at marketing and not good at listening to you as an artist and how you're building your album out. Some labels, that too, but some labels are not good at letting an artist be creative. They gotta, it depends on the label. It depends on what their forte is. Some labels are just not good at everything. So you got to make sure that you go to the right label or deal with the right label if you're going to try to get signed that more so fits you and fits the content of your music. So yeah, man. But yeah, back to the main. You gotta pay it back, man. So when
you think you get in advance, you think you made it. I made it better.
You got a loan, and it could be with some of the worst contingencies.
You just took out a loan, and you wouldn't worry about how you might pay it back, because guess what? They will come and knock. Yeah. A-Dog. No one advances. A-Dog for president.
A-Dog
for president.
That's what he just said.
Hi, Mr. President.
It's crazy.
Yeah, not.
Oh snap! We just got a visit by the one and only Mr. Colbert is in the house. Shout out to Mr. Colbert.
Who?
Yo. Mike Colbert. Mike Colbert. Yo.
What a deal, Mike? What a deal.
What's up, Mike, man? Thanks for stopping by, man. Straight up. Colbert. Yeah. Who manifested this? No officer showed up after I waited for 4.5 hours after my daughter called to make a complaint.
Oh, wow.
Personal experience with the police. I just don't mess with the police, man.
Don't mess with the police.
No.
Best thing to do, you get a player hack.
Yeah.
But other than that.
No. So yeah, man, that's in advance. You gotta pay it.
Yeah.
To my Memphis folks, A-Dog, and be right at y'all. All that talk, Gorilla, what's her name? Glow was talking about. She said in one magazine or one article that she's a billionaire now, and like, man, no, no.
I was a billionaire one back in '78. House, and car, I put 1850 in the bank.
Man.
Yeah, that's when money meant something.
Yeah. Come on, man. Like, stop. But yeah, man, you gotta pay it.
Next episode.
Moving on
Next episode.
to the next episode. Hold up. So yeah, y'all. Before we get out of here,
are we gonna get out of here?
Back to before we do,
we just got here.
The topic was, I know it feels like this is one of our show. So
always leave
Even more. Yeah. Juneteenth ignored by most Americans, you guys. What say about that? But what I will say is there are multiple states that do not recognize Juneteenth.
Of course.
You know,
multiple states that did not recognize Luther King's birthday.
Yeah,
it took him in.
Yeah, that's what Lisa told me. She told me that.
It
She said that. And I said, "Wow," you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's unfortunate.
Well, thank you for backing me up, Lizzo.
Mm-hmm.
You're the bomb. You're the bomb.
So, what's going on with that? Well, let's start in the room of legislation first, and I'll tell you this: there's at least about 20 states. 22. I got 20, and that's as of today. And what I got is from the Marketplace Morning Report.
From NPR?
No, this isn't NPR.
Yeah, I heard. I think I heard from the same page you was listening to it. I heard 22 for the Marketplace Report from NPR. But go ahead.
Juneteenth is 20 to 22 states that do not recognize Juneteenth as a legal holiday.
Yeah.
So Juneteenth has been a federal holiday for 2 years now. The holiday recognizes the day in 1865 when enslaved African Americans in Texas learned they were free, following the Emancipation Proclamation 2 years earlier, just like you had said earlier.
Yeah.
But about half the states in the nation have not made Juneteenth an official state holiday, according to the Congressional Research Service. Efforts to change that are ongoing. Minnesota State President Bobby Joe Champion sponsored a bill signed into law this year, making Juneteenth a state holiday, meaning state workers get a paid day off. So out there with the Minnesota State President Bobby Joe Champion, they just now made it recognized across the state.
And this is for the same state. Let's not go into Minnesota. Let's not do Minnesota.
Let's not go into Minnesota.
No.
He knows there's a cost, but the benefits outweigh the cost, right? He says, productivity is increased when people feel good about their workplace. And he hopes private companies follow suit. The holiday is an opportunity for celebration and education, explained Michigan State Representative Helena Scott, whose Juneteenth measure passed just last week. Slavery really is a stain on our society, she said. So I think by acknowledgement of this, recognizing it, and really learning about it, that's the whole point of celebrating the 19th. Many in the movement to make Juneteenth a legal holiday in every state take inspiration from the campaign for Martin Luther King Day. Understanding that it took years and years of activism and education to finally get all states to adopt it, Juneteenth could literally follow a similar trajectory, said Dartmouth history professor Matthew Delmont. Dartmouth. After MLK Day was recognized by the federal government in 1983, it took 17 years before it became an official holiday in all 50 states. What can I say about that? I can say, like we had said earlier, I can say that, it's only been 2 years.
Yeah.
I can say, it's a new holiday. It's only been 2 years. Martin Luther King took 17 years.
And we're not going back to your LBGB tweet. We're not going back to the LBs. They
holidays go through expeditiously, or whatever it is that they set in precedent for.
They really have one big one. It was the one in New York where the cops. It was a whole thing. I should know the name of it. It was a whole tournament event in the 70s where the cops busted into a gay club and it started the gay revolution, and it was really spawned off the LBG revolution. It goes back to that. There's a documentary on it. I don't remember the name of it. I was a tender child back then.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You could say that, yeah, it's new. You could say that it's a lot you could say, but I feel like the sentiment, the response as a whole, come from a couple of different perspectives.
Right.
For one, like you said, it took 17 years to accept and
50 states.
In 50 states, that's the whole country, to accept and put Martin Luther King Day on the books as an official holiday.
Right. We're 2 years into this one.
We're 2 years in, and we're supposed to be in this modern time period.
No.
Where we're dealing with he and she pronouns and not calling a woman her or she or calling them a them or a they, and we're into all of that, and we're advanced in there. But yet a black holiday is still like partially and impartially recognized.
Freeing of the slave day. Freeing of the slave.
The really true emancipation of the country.
Yeah.
That's the true.
Well, the really emancipation was in '63. They went until '65 to really knock it out in the last stage. Is what they did.
Yeah, and I count that because those were slaves in the South that didn't know they was free,
right?
And working as slaves for 2 years straight.
2 years straight. After the fact.
They didn't even have a jump start on working as sharecroppers.
Right. The ones that heard about it was the ones that started splitting north. It was a big migration. Everybody started splitting north, going to Canada. Going to. I read books on this. Oh yeah, the big thing going to New York, which was a whole other racism. It was a whole undercover racism.
Listen,
Illinois.
Listen, why would I be surprised any other way at a country that, even when we were emancipated truly, they lied to some of us for another 2 years and kept us down south as slaves working on plantations? Why would I be surprised that Juneteenth isn't accepted? Right. When we in a country, when after slavery, folks had to navigate to the north and risk being castrated, hung, dismembered, fed to alligators,
Red Summer,
which was really popular in Louisiana.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like why would I be any?
But it's supposed to be the Bible Belt. But they supposed to be Christ.
Oh, but like I said, in one part of the Bible, before you get to the second printing of the Bible, the Second Testament, you're supposed to honor and obey thy masters.
Right.
That's in the Bible. They put that in the Bible. That's like one of the first editions. So why would I be surprised, man, that they don't respect or recognize Juneteenth across the country? People laugh at it. And you know something else too? Some of you niggas be laughing at it too, and it's not funny. It's not funny, nigga.
Right.
You want to go and run and celebrate St. Patrick's Day and shit. You'll go put on green beads and put on green t-shirts and then run it. The Irish didn't mean for that holiday to be represented and thought of in the likes of them being alcoholics or drunks.
Or what about Cinco de Mayo?
Same thing. You catch a nigga will put on a poncho and a sombrero and he'll get on out in the streets running through Broad Ripple.
Yeah.
Drinking tequila.
Yeah.
Drinking cervezas. But Negro Modelos looking silly. This ain't your holiday, nigga. What's wrong with you? Niggas is very good consumers. We were kings and queens. We were walking around with gold harvested from the dirt. And linens of soft silk and satin as kings and queens. And now we master consumers. We put nothing in the marketplaces and we buy up everything.
And we put other people's names on our clothes, on our ass.
Yeah, absolutely. Going from brands on our bodies like they did cattle as slaves to clothing brands on our bodies. Nigga, you still a slave. You sitting up laughing at Juneteenth. It's not funny. Nothing's funny about it. This is the real 4th of July. The 4th of July isn't the real fucking 4th of July. Those men were signing into law a doctrine that had nothing to do with us. We didn't have any say in a First Amendment or Second Amendment. We didn't have a right to bear arms. We had to bear rakes and shovels.
Right.
That's what we had to bear, and we better been bearing them to dig into the ground, to till the land, and to harvest the crops, the cotton.
Prosper America.
Yeah. But you niggas is ready to go and get the D out the. Come on, man. St. Patrick's Day. To this day, I never put on no green or no goofy shit like that and ran out and celebrated that holiday like that. Come on, man. And you got a holiday that they just made for us that we've been known and recognizing, and ancestors been, you know what I mean? All the lives and the bodies behind that date and that time.
And it took no time to pass. It wasn't 17 years. It was 2 years. Joe Biden signed it. He's like, look, this is important. This needs to be done. He signed it. You know, we didn't have to struggle in our generation with Martin Luther King. He was
he got it through.
Figure. He
put
died,
it through there.
You know, Biden said, look, we're not going through that 2 years. So now you got to build the history of Juneteenth. We have to build the history. You can't get upset because they don't understand Juneteenth. But, you know, we need to understand it might take the next, 12, 13 years to get it to the level. It's a national holiday. You get a day off. The trash ain't getting picked up. You know, mail stopped today. There was no mail.
Yeah.
It's a federal holiday.
Yeah.
And it took 17 years prior to get that. It only took 2 years to get it this time. So we're making progress. You have to give us the progress.
I am, but it comes with a stiflement.
Oh yeah.
And a stagnation.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, snap out of it, man. White people, teach your kids about Juneteenth. Let them know what this holiday means, and what the true independence behind it stands for, and what the country was really endorsing at that time. So they know something that school ain't gonna give them. And black people, do the same. Do the same, and quit being quick to run out and support some shit that wouldn't think about you in a second breath or a tick of a New York minute. When the last time you seen some Luck of the Irish shit come out to support you in your functions? Come on, man. So it's just disappointing, all consumers, all master consumers.
Consumers.
Come on, man.
The block. I mean, oh my God. Like they said, if we could just unite and be the block and be the mass consumer, we could own Amazon. It could be the first black Amazon,
Yeah.
The United States, a black Amazon in America,
You got to realize how frustrating that is.
Yeah.
And being black, it should be immediate. You look in the marketplaces, you own nothing, but you consume everything.
Yeah.
You buying everything up. You buying Nikes. You buying Apple. You don't have no stocks in nothing, though. You don't own no shares of nothing.
But you wake up, it's at your door the next day. Thanks to God bless the United States of America.
Yeah.
God bless the United States of Amazon.
Gotta realize that, my black people, man. Black people have a way about themselves where we just. We don't have an understanding on a greater economic.
Right. What's the commercial? You could teach a guy to give a guy a fish and he will eat. But teach a guy a fish, he will own a cannery.
He'll eat for a lifetime.
He'll feed it.
And black people have a problem passing that down through the lineage. Black people pass down struggle.
Right.
We pass down heartaches and pains, and grandmas that did this, and aunties that did that, and
guns that could have,
and how it was for us when we was south, and then this granddaddy made it up north if you was lucky, and then we got all of that, and then don't have no kind of knowledge of the prequel to that. Right. You already don't know the foundation. You don't know, where you really come from, what country, where your bloodline really lies in Africa. You don't know none of that. You just start off in trouble, in tragedy.
I heard a report about that. The big massacre, where was it at? In Oklahoma City, where they're talking about going and digging up the DNA.
It's Black Wall Street.
Yeah, Black Wall Street. They're trying to bring it back. They want to try to help pay the descendants and stuff like that. Those that don't know, there was a Black Wall Street. There was a thriving community. There was a black entrepreneurs that had, they ran the city, and it was a massacre where they came in. and stuff. But now they're going to the DNA. The rumor has it. I heard it on National Public Radio, which I use as my Bible because they are true and real broadcasting. There's no Fox Sports, there's no MSNBC, there's none of that crap. But these people are public radio, and they said they're digging up people. They're trying to find DNA to get the renunciations to them. So, you know, yeah, the Black Wall Street.
Yeah, if you haven't studied Black Wall Street, go do so and learn about the Oklahoma massacres.
Yeah.
They all spawned from an interaction with a black male and a white woman that was lied about. And Black Wall Street was a very prosperous area in Oklahoma where there were a lot of black professionals that were blacksmiths, not just as trade, but they were doctors, lawyers. They were, we talk about academically, you know,
they had banks.
They had banks. And then the whole town was burned down to the ground because of that interaction. There have been a lot of whites that were envious of that town and envious of the way those black folks were living for some time. You can go back and look at pictures. They were advanced, they were dressing, they were sharp to the nines, you know, wearing, you know, like next to tuxedos and suits every day. And it was a very extremely progressive black area. It would probably be like Atlanta is now times 5 or 10 if that had been left alone to grow.
To prosper.
Yeah, but they burned it down to the ground. And what I read recently was in that burning people's records, and because they burned up people's homes too. They burned up records and all kind of things.
They burned up City Hall. They burned court. They had courts and everything.
But hold on, check this out though. When people went to the banks to go get their money, the banks wouldn't give those people that were business owners and citizens their money because they didn't have proof of identity.
Wow.
Effectively forcing them into poverty with not allowing them to access the money that they had earned by working their businesses or their jobs. So they created a whole poverty class of blacks. For the ones that did survive, the rest that didn't, they killed and massacred them all throughout the night. And then the ones that did survive, they end up not even being able to touch the money that they earned from what they done as a living or their businesses.
In their own bank.
Yeah. Itself, ladies and gentlemen, is worth reparations. Excuse me. That in itself is reparations. They owe if for nothing else, they owe for those families in that time period with that incident. And guess what? You got those incidents all over America.
Yep.
All over the American forefront.
But at least they got that stock that they got to look into it and go for the most prominent one, you know.
Yeah.
Which is good.
So yeah, man. Yeah, like Juneteenth. Many reasons why it should be celebrated.
Right.
You know, people like in Oklahoma that gave their lives. People all over the country. Rosewood, the movie Rosewood it's based on that incident. There's a few things that they changed about that storyline, but it was a true story too.
Rosewood.
Yep, a black prosperous area of town. Yep, and was burned down to the ground. These that can you imagine what that money value would be right now? Those doctors and those lawyers and all those professionals in Oklahoma, what that money value would be from then to now? I mean, you damn right reparations are owed.
The ones that could have raised their kids.
Yeah.
And lawyers and,
that's real damage. That's real property damage ain't even been included into the conversation.
Right.
But we just talking about financial damage that banks withheld from the public.
Right.
But I mean, why would we not do that? Why? Because we're black. When you look at Jews, and Jews receive reparations from Germany yearly.
Yeah.
Yearly, because of the Holocaust. I bet you didn't know that. Look that up. They receive millions of dollars yearly because of the Holocaust still. Many Jews getting a check still to this day because of the Holocaust.
I still haven't cried on TV. We don't have We're Polish Jews. We don't have enough to eat citizens check. So wait a minute.
And that's a lie because they own the majority of the architecture in some of your most expensive cities like New York. Yeah.
The Jews are the Japanese. The Chinese. The
Jews.
The Chinese almost
The Chinese own industry and own debt.
Yeah.
The Jews own architecture and other businesses. Yeah. Yeah, man. Don't expect me to lie about this shit. I'm not. It's not gonna sound nice. It's gonna come off like I'm throwing a baseball with nails coming through it at you. But this is just the truth. America throws them at us every day. So a loaded grenade. But don't expect me to give it to you any other way than how I see it coming.
You have grenades on the table on the next podcast because you throwing bombs, brother. You throwing bombs.
Facts, man.
Yeah.
We got Lizzo. It's the truth.
Yeah. That's the truth.
Mal says Florida is one of the states that don't recognize it. Wow. Florida is one of the states that do not recognize Juneteenth.
See?
Yeah.
See? And oh wow.
Man, A-Dog for president on that note.
A-Dog for president. You know what?
A-Dog for president.
If A-Dog's gonna be president, I would have been his VP.
A-Dog for president.
I want to carry his water.
That man was president, this would all be a better
right.
place.
I already know.
A better place.
A-Dog for president, be right president, and
man. Yeah.
Gonna be right.
They also still are prosecuting for war crimes. Yet slavery still exists in the South. And it does exist.
It exists everywhere, not just in the South.
But it really is in the South. Like there's generational slaves living.
Yeah.
They did a news segment on that.
I know, I seen it.
You did?
Yeah. But did you hear about that ship that capsized and out in the Greek waters? And it was like 700 people on the ship, but it was trafficking. They had women and children. I mean, men, women, and children. The boat capsized. The Greeks. It was a whole thing. It happened a few days ago.
Yeah. I ain't see that.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Thank you, Mom. I'm trying to do my best.
Yeah.
I figured. She said, preach Omega with your highly intelligent mind. Thanks, Mom. I'm just trying to. I've been saying this through a microphone, through words of rhyme and songs for years. So I said, we'll spend this year giving it to them through conversation.
Yeah.
So because there's a lot of stuff that needs to be said that people are afraid to say, So
you gotta be PC. You gotta be politically correct.
Yeah, man. So yeah, man. Juneteenth. All I can say, man, is what are you gonna do? You're gonna pick it up and accept it and enjoy it and recognize celebrate it, or
you
not.
got a day off from the federal government. The federal government gave you a day off. They pushed back on garbage pickup. So
got plenty of perks and benefits. And to you black folks that don't recognize it, you a damn fool.
Yeah.
So moving on from that. Last but not least, you guys, we always traditionally have ourselves a big dummy. Well, this week's big dummy, you may not know her, you may not have heard of her, but she is a emerging superstar of sorts, a singer. Yes. And who are we talking about? We are talking then the young lady, Demi Lovato. Have you ever heard of Demi Lovato before?
I think so. The name sounds familiar.
And she's got some cuts out there, man, and she's got some time in the game. I would say she's white chick. Yeah, real pretty chick. Kind of going through some things in her career. She's been dealing with weight issues and influxing in her weight. And
what up, Tubby? No.
She looks great now, though.
Why is she going for that drug that everybody's on? Have you seen Oprah? Oprah's taking this diet. Everybody's slimming up. big baddies are taking a drug. I wish I knew about it. Big Tubbazoids are taking a drug, and they say Oprah looks like a model now. They say
Really?
Oprah had a weight issue. Those that are in the classic and the
what you talking about? Ozempic?
Yeah, Ozempic. Yeah. Boys and girls that hit that Ozempic. Big fat tubbies are now getting motherfuckers.
Hey, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? If we give them an opportunity, man, to change their appearance.
Big flabazoids
that ain't
they're
nothing
losing
wrong
their
with that,
arms,
man.
they losing their guts, they losing their butts,
Yeah.
they losing breasts. Ozempic. I mean, Oprah looks. I mean, she was on Weight Watchers and she could never do it.
Yeah.
Oprah hit that Ozempic. Oh my God. Okay.
You might catch your boy getting some of that sometime.
You know, they need to get your ass up out the chair. Just
slimmed up on you, man, real quick, just out of nowhere. Got to talking shit to you.
I swear, listen to run up on me, but you, man. Go, Liz.
Hey, shit. Yeah, man. But Demi Lovato is struggling with something else in her career right now, and it's dealing with pronouns.
Right. Word.
She's struggling with pronouns, ladies and gentlemen. And here lately, what I mean when I say that is,
tell us what a pronoun is. So
a pronoun is a word that describes a person, place, or thing.
Oh, I remember this from School of Rock.
That's right.
That's right. It's a person, place, or thing.
That's right.
Anywhere you can go, any place you can show, big call there now.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So did I say that right? Is that correct?
Yes, I'm right.
Okay. Well, in her case, she's dealing with pronouns of the reference to her as a person. Right. Excuse me. So she's readopted the she and her pronouns.
Oh my God.
And she is using. She said using them and they was exhausting. So she was trying to figure out her place in this paradox of the LGBTQ pronoun situation. And she said, you know what? I got tired of calling myself a she and a her and because of the community. And then I started using they and them. And then that got exhausting. And I'm picking back she and her. So I feel like that qualifies Demi Lovato as a big dummy, because you're letting an entire movement, which are probably a significant portion of your fan base, dictate how you see yourself and how you see your exchange with other human beings. No matter who you meet, they are going to be assigned a gender. And when you recognize that gender, you are to respond accordingly. In school, they taught us to respond to men, or not in school, but we'll say at home more so. They taught us to respond to men as sir. They taught us to respond to women as ma'am. They taught us to say yes, ma'am to the women, and no, sir to the men, and no, ma'am to the women, and
yes, officer,
vice versa. You know, so officer being officer is more of a for both sexes.
I'm reaching in my license and pull out my wallet. I don't want to become another certificate officer.
Yeah,
here's my wallet.
Absolutely. Yeah. But I feel like, man, you know, for her to struggle over this, and for her to feel like, you know, this is a huge issue in her life, being, you know, a singer, you know, someone that has a fan base and people that admire her and that she inspires, and that even kids in their case looking up to her. You know, this is the time for you to be the realest as you possibly can be. You know, at the end of the day, Demi, you're a young woman, you know, a gorgeous young woman. You look at her, you know, you see a woman, you know, I don't see a dude. I'm not going to think they or them when I see her, because they or them applies to a group of people, usually two or more. It's a label for a count of bodies. So I'm not going to start applying a count of bodies label to one person so that I can pacify them and they can feel like the he or she that they want to be. You're going to be it or not. You're born with it. God gave it to you. He gave you the tools, the instruments, whichever one it is that you have, whichever one it is that you have. And that's what you got to live in with. If you want to be referred to a woman and you're a man, well, I would advise you to look your best. I would say go get the best surgeries, go get the best needed drugs and else, so that when you appear on site, you appear to be a woman. Otherwise,
show us some cleavage.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
Guys love cleavage.
It's a mark of a woman, right?
Yeah.
So, if that's what you're going to do and that's what you're going to be, then you need to look the part. Fact of the matter is, you'll never be that. Genetically and in the science inside of a human being, God gave you these traits and these tools and these chemicals that determine your sexuality. Things like testosterone, things like estrogen. These are things that are a part of your system and its functionality that you will never more than likely be able to change.
Yeah, see, it's all biological, because there's a certain point where we get to where you're at that teetering point where you're going to go male or female, and they slip up, and that's what's been going on lately. A lot of slip ups. Back in the days when we were growing up, you was man, you was woman, you was man, you was woman. It goes back. But then after this, I don't know what happened. After a certain point, then we became half man, half woman, half man, woman, man. It flipped off in the biology. It's the biology is what it is. That's my opinion. And again, opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one. Yeah.
What I'm gonna say about that: do whatever you have to do.
Yeah. Be who you want to be.
If you want to wake up and you have to woo-saw and you have to do whatever is necessary to find your peace and your calm, you need to find it, and do not depend on the world to find it for you. I'm not going to treat you like a woman when you look like a man. I'm not going to treat you like a man when you look like a woman. I'm not going to address things in a phallic or an imaginary form or state of communication to pacify or satisfy you. Yeah. You got to figure that out for yourself, and you got to be the best of it you can be. Period. This doesn't go against your culture, and I don't mean to cut him off. This doesn't go against what you guys aspire to be. Again, I've told y'all before my connection with the LGBTQ community, because I really had that in my family, and I had a man who was die hard with it, and he lived in the times of it when it was its hardest. All right. So yeah, it ain't about throwing dirt on you guys' community or what you stand for, but it's about you being realistic. It's about you asking for too much. We still got niggas getting busted upside the head in traffic stops, left and right, getting shot for having Subway sandwiches in their hand, or having a bag of M&Ms and some Skittles and an iced tea. We still got niggas dying over that. So your sexuality and what you want to appear to be is not that important to me. I do not care. And there's a lot of people that don't care. And if you want them to care, then I suggest you look your prettiest. I suggest you look your most masculine. Do whatever you got to do and commit to it. I think part of the problem is you guys aren't committed to it. You want to walk around with, the tit job, but you still got, male members. You want to walk around with makeup on your face, but you sound like this. I don't give a damn about that shit, man. I don't have anything to do with it. Your choices with it. I don't have any other ways that it's going to change, my mentality about it. It doesn't affect me. What you eat doesn't make me shit. So you have to figure out what's best for you to make you comfortable, and don't expect me to, when I see you coming through like how you coming through, to address you like you look like something that you're not. And don't expect people like me to. I don't lie to myself, so I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. So Demi, you get the big dummy. Really bad. Demi, you get the big dummy. You big dummy.
Playing. Big dummy. There it is.
You big dummy.
You big dummy.
You big dummy. That goes to you, Demi. Congratulations.
Thank you for playing, Demi.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, that's what it is. Good luck to her. Hope she figures it out. But these singers of today are just going through some of the dumbest shit, if I could be honest, that I've ever seen.
At least you ain't getting hit in the head with a cell phone or a battery.
At least, you know, she better look out because, I mean, you know, she ain't safe.
Right.
She's not safe. Bouncing over to the comments one time. They also, okay, we did address that. A-Dog saying, I need 275 registered voters in any state to enter a ballot. He is serious about running for president. He's serious about
really?
A-Dog for president.
A-Dog for president.
275 registered voters in any state to enter the ballot.
Now, how does that work?
How that works is we get behind him and make a movement, and then he emerges from the cracks of the concrete like a rose. You know what I'm saying?
I was trying to get the Michael Jordan house for you, but if this is more important, let's go get A-Dog president. Once A-Dog become president, we can get the Michael Jordan house.
Hey, you got one vote right there, A-Dog.
Sign me up, A-Dog.
Yep, you got my vote too. You got my vote too.
So now you need 274.
I'd much rather vote
73.
for my cousin, vote for him than vote for these
A-Dog is
ridiculous individuals.
A-Dog
yeah,
is
man.
gonna be president.
So yeah, y'all. Final thoughts, man. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. Omega Classic Records is the page and the name. Omega None Rhymes Greater. My man in a 1 million grand to my left. The wonderful, magnificent, throwing the nanny boo boo at you, Mr. Murphy, Mr. Jerome Murphy.
Check out your NBA. Check out your NBA.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Check out your sports.
Check out your buds.
I really appreciate everybody showing up and then some. It was a lot of people coming and going in here tonight, and that lets us know with our first evening show that, hey, you know, evenings people are willing to sit down and give us a little bit of time. Thank you for bringing us into your house.
There's no basketball. There's no football. What else they gonna do? They're gonna come listen to us.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
In a minute, you'll be coming at will, and you'll be happy to say I was there in the beginning. In the early.
Lizzo, the behind the scenes contributor, the right hand, the one that stirs the straw, that stirs the drink.
Yep, our PA Lizzo, man.
Lizzo,
she's the truth, man. God bless that gal, man.
Crossfaded, 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 crossfaded. Bad they never made it. Bad so now they hating. They bad for how they paid it. I'm just trying to make it, trying to hold my placement. Thanking God for the graces, watching for changing faces. Crossfaded, this is special occasion. Subjects hotter than Cajun, Andouille and Mason. Crossfaded, I'm just a duck in the pond. Shout out to Dorian, my reign has just begun. I be crossfaded, 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 crossfaded,
guys. And notice
crossfaded, 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 crossfaded. Well, you ready? Let's start the show.